So, I'm a big proponent of the phrase horror is subjective. Similarly to comedy, what scares one individual can differ dramatically between different people, and a lot of people in life have fears that are considered strange or hard to understand to the general population. Some people are scared of holes and suffer from trypophobia. Some people are scared of cats, as adorable as they are, and suffer from aleurophobia. Sorry, I'm horrendous at pronouncing long words. However, honestly, I've never heard of someone being scared of sofas, so I don't understand why a movie called The Killer Sofa exists. Side note, a fear of furniture, including sofas, is called epiplophobia. Just a weird little fun fact for you all. Killer Sofa is one of the most entertaining horror comedies I've ever watched. Normally with movies like this, where it's a horror story based around an inanimate object coming to life, and yes, a lot of these movies exist. The movie is super self-aware that the premise is ridiculous, and they lean into that for comedic effect, as opposed to trying to make something scary. And to be fair, I think someone trying to make Killer Tomatoes or a Killer Tire scary would be difficult, to say the least. Shout out to Rubber, by the way, great film. This can be hit or miss in a lot of cases, but I really have to say, with this movie, I think it works really well. But I might just be saying that because whenever there was a shot of the sofa just looking at someone or staring out of a window, I laughed out loud because of how stupid it looked. I just love his dumb little face. And I really have to say that this is one of the better inanimate objects come to life and kill people movies. But before I get too deep into the review, let me get introductions out of the way. Hi there, I'm Misa, and I love bad movies. And not only do I love watching bad movies, but I love talking about them and getting other people to watch them because I enjoy making people watch the stupid shit that I like. Hence why I'm making this video. And today I'm going to be covering Killer Sofa, a movie that, admittedly, is presented as a lie. As I am sure you have noticed from the background footage, the sofa isn't actually a sofa. It's a recliner. I think they probably just thought that Killer Recliner didn't sound as catchy. But other than that, I think this movie's great. And as a bad movie, it's pretty enjoyable. Why, you ask? Well, let's get into it. Spoiler warning for the whole movie, so if you want to check it out, I'll give you 3 guesses as to where you can watch it. Yep, Amazon Prime. Seriously guys, I really need a sponsorship from you lot. I'm advertising your stuff so much on this channel. I'm probably the only poor sod on the planet who watches half the shit you put up. But anyway, let's jump right in to The Killer Sofa. Oh my. Are we sure that this is a horror comedy and not some dude's OnlyFans account? So the setup for this movie is pretty easy to understand. A dude decides to do a ritual to allow his soul to inhabit the sofa. I am not calling this thing a recliner throughout the review because the movie dictates that it's a killer sofa, despite the fact that everyone in the movie calls it a recliner.
Really? What kind of furniture?
A recliner.
But the guy hires another guy to help him out, and boom, we have the killer sofa.
Oh.
I'm sorry, but whenever the movie stops to focus on the sofa's face, I'm gonna point it out because it's just so funny to me. Like, look at its stupid little face, I love it so much! I'm sure that this is going to be a surprising sentence to come out of my mouth when talking about a movie called The Killer Sofa, but this opening sequence is actually really decently done. Almost professional looking. The dancing of our main character, Francesca, mixed in with the original song sang in the studio she's performing in, is actually pretty good. I mean, considering this movie's stupid premise. I would play the song for you guys, but I am so tired of copyright claims and I will do anything I can to avoid them. So maybe just watch the opening for yourselves if you want to experience it. But seriously, you could take this opening sequence out of the movie and tell me that it was from a romance or a murder mystery movie with a bigger budget and I'd believe you. The director clearly wasted his best cinematography on this part. But when she's finished dancing, we meet Francesca and her bestie, Maxie, who, side note, is the most amazing best friend I've ever seen depicted in a movie. She is constantly just on call for Francesca, even in the middle of the night. Which, trust me, I love my friends, but if they called me in the middle of the night saying that a sofa attacked them, I'd tell them to sober up and go back to bed. I'm nearly 30, I need at least 7 hours of sleep to function as a person. But anyway, they're both interviewed by Detective Grape and Detective Gravy. Yeah, those are their names. It's like they're part of the Ronald McDonald crew or something. Also, in the TikTok age, Detective Grape is such an unfortunate name. Here we learn that the body parts of the guy from the beginning, Federico, have been found, and he was just a smidge obsessed with Francesca. Just a little. And Francesca seems to get this kind of weird obsessive love a lot from men.
Federico was very dedicated to me.
Dedicated. The guy was obsessed. Francesca makes a habit of attracting weirdos.
Maxie. They're not weirdos. They're just dedicated.
What a weird way of phrasing that. See, this wording made me think that she encouraged men to do sacrifices for her or something, and that she was some kind of antagonist. But spoilers, she doesn't, and she isn't. It looks like Federico is the only dude who's interested in her who tries anything supernatural like this, so her wording was just weird for no reason.
Sorry, we've got to go now. I'm having some furniture delivered.
Really? What kind of furniture?
Why would the detective ask this? Why does he care? I love this because the sofa's just not intimidating at all. We find out that the sofa is being delivered to Francesca, and the delivery guy accidentally sends it to her friend Maxie's place instead.
Got the wrong address. This happens all the time.
Damn, just like Royal Mail. I'm joking. If there's any British postman in my audience, I'm just fucking around. I don't want to piss you guys off too much. I mean, the word postal exists for a reason. We meet Maxie's granddad, who happens to be a rabbi. And honestly, this character is only used as a way for the audience to learn what the spirit possessing the sofa is and nothing else. He's not really involved in the main story that much, and he has a very embarrassing exit from the film, but we'll get there when we get there. What's with this face? Dude, if I was this delivery driver, I would want to get as far away from this sofa as humanly possible. It caused one of his friends to nearly get her finger cut off, and some dude had what looks like a seizure in front of it. I would just assume that it was cursed and dump it on the side of the road and drive off.
That guy is so annoying. Honestly, I don't know how you stand him. I just like him because he's not clingy.
The bar for men is in hell. I do need to talk about this briefly, but Maxie and Francesca are talking about Francesca's, I think, boyfriend, TJ, and their relationship confuses the hell out of me. Because Maxie keeps saying that he's gay, but not in a jokey, oh, he's so gay kind of way, but completely straight-faced. Multiple times.
You know he's gay, right?
He's gay.
And he is, I think, dating Francesca because, as she says, he's immune to her and won't get obsessed with her.
TJ, no. He's somehow immune to me. Sexually, I mean, but...
Which, you know, would make sense if he's gay. But it's not really clear if they're actually dating or if he's just around her a lot or what. It's just really confusing. I just don't get what their relationship actually is.
Please stay home tonight.
Oh, come on, baby. No, I can't do that. Marco's getting married tomorrow, and me and Josh are going to take him to town.
We can take a shower together.
Like this! Why is she hanging all over him when her main complaint about men is them being clingy and not leaving her alone? It's like she wants him to be obsessed with her. And if he is gay, why would she even think that he'd be susceptible to her advances? Like, seriously, what is this relationship? Why did they have to make it so confusing? But anyway, we find out through a series of YouTube videos by this dude that the spirit within the sofa is a dibuk. I really hope I'm saying that properly, I'm sorry if I'm not. Which, in case you guys didn't know, is a spirit in Jewish folklore that's believed to be the soul of a dead person that essentially possesses another person until it's accomplished its goal. I guess they needed something supernatural to explain the sofa being alive, i.e. a soul possessing someone, or I guess in this case, something. But why pick something so cool and interesting for a movie of this quality? Like, seriously, researching into the book, it was really cool reading up about it, but I just feel like this is a bit too awesome of a concept to put into a movie called The Killer Sofa. I don't know why they didn't just do a basic ritual like Chucky and Child's Play or something. And this isn't really a complaint, it's just something I don't really get.
Sexy body you have.
Maxie.
Does Maxie have a key? What the fuck?
What's it smell?
Oh shit, the popcorn.
Wait, so while she was having a shower, Maxie had time to let herself in and make popcorn? How long was Francesca showering for? Do you see how fucking stupid this thing looks? I love it. This one shot alone makes the movie a 10 out of 10. Okay, I'm sorry, but who the actual hell takes their kettle into the living room with them when they drink tea? I am literally from the land of tea, and no one I have ever met does this. I mean, it's a... Wait, what is she doing? Is she getting off to the sofa? Wow, new kink unlocked. I'm sorry, I can't even make that joke with a straight face. Yeah, that whole thing was a dream. So either the spirit in the sofa is managing to manipulate her dreams, or she's really fucking sexually repressed. Like, how do you look at this and think, oh yeah, that's such sexy cushioning? We find out that the debug can cause physical and mental health issues to anyone that touches the person or the object that it's possessing. Which, honestly, doesn't really affect the story that much. Like, both Maxie's granddad and Francesca touch the sofa. And yeah, he starts having health issues, but nothing really happens to Francesca. Like, she isn't physically unwell, like, ever throughout the movie, and she seems to already have some kind of mental health issue that she takes medicine for, but it doesn't really affect her throughout the movie. She has, like, one hallucination, and that's it. So I don't know why they included this fact other than to stay loyal to the original folklore, which I can respect, but if you're not going to utilize the cool fact, then there's no point in including it. This movie's so stupid. So Francesca is convinced that her not boyfriend baked these cookies, despite the fact that he literally just came home and he's clearly out of it. And he plays along, which confuses me because if he knows that he didn't bake them and Francesca didn't bake them, then I would be asking, wait, who's been here and who baked these cookies while I was gone? The unfortunately named detectives interview the girls again, and we get one of the most egotistical lines to ever escape a fictional character's mouth.
Like I said, I've always had this effect on men. It's like they go crazy for me or something.
2 seconds later.
No, I don't mean that sort of violence. I mean the sort of violence that happens when there's sexual tension.
Look, I'm not victim blaming here, but she is literally asking for this cop to like her. Look at how she's acting, look at how she's looking at him, and look at how she's speaking. Like, I'm sorry, but she wants this attention from men. Her hanging all over TJ proved that to me. I'm not a girl hater, man, but fuck, come on! I'm sorry, but if this were me, I don't care how ridiculous the idea of a sofa coming to life is, I would get the fuck out of here. Jesus, this was so preventable. Wait, why did he go and lay in the bath? Yeah, you see, this is a normal reaction to the sofa moving on its own. The sofa follows TJ to his mum's place, where he's understandably staying to get away from the sofa. For fuck's sake, this movie. As you can imagine, it kills TJ in the most sofa way possible. How did she vacuum up an entire eyeball without it getting torn apart while being sucked up in the vacuum?
I've got a boyfriend.
Maxie told me about TJ. Horrible thing. He has weak bones. I have strong bones. It makes strong babies.
What a demented ass thing to say about her boyfriend who just died, dude. Like, yesterday. Okay, so this dude is Maxie's cousin, and he's one of the guys who are obsessed with Francesca. And as he sneaks into her house, in broad daylight, mind you, he's not being very inconspicuous. The cops are trying to nail who would have killed TJ, and they determine, due to Francesca's testimony, that it could be this dude. I mean, in terms of detective work, this seems a little too convenient, especially considering Francesca has a lot of men who are obsessed with her. Including Detective Gravy, it seems, but whatever. He put a burnt out match in the drawer. Are you serious, dude? If you didn't want Francesca to know that you snuck into her house, you're doing a shit job by leaving literal evidence in her drawers. This is so stupid. I have no words. Well, actually, that's a lie. I have loads of words. What the actual fuck is wrong with this guy? There is so much wrong here. Okay, first of all, is he fucking the hat itself? Or is he dry humping it? Or is he jerking it while, I don't know, sniffing the stuff? If he's fucking the hat, wouldn't that be really uncomfortable? Maybe even painful? That hat seemed to be a rough material. I guess it's really true that all men are weirdos. Be careful, ladies. He may seem nice, but he might break into your house and fuck your favorite hat.
Francesca!
I think we can all agree that the sofa did society a favor here. Maxie manages to witness the sofa getting rid of the body, and the sofa chases her around the house. I know I've said that this movie's stupid and dumb so many times, but seriously. But she jumps out of the window, and we assume that she's dead. While this is going on, Francesca discovers that Maxie's creepy cousin is dead, which causes her to run away and consider jumping off a cliff? I mean, her boyfriend dying just mildly upset her, but her pushy, creepy, hat-fucking stalker? Nah, that's the breaking point. She's had enough. By the way, this shot is actually quite good, and I was taken off guard because, yeah, I like this shot. Luckily though, Maxie's granddad calls her just in time, and she heads over to his place to find out all that we know about the sofa so far. And the grandpa has a plan to get the spirits to leave, because yes, there are two spirits hanging around. A very morally dubious man and woman who were together a long time ago, or I don't know, something or other. And the woman wants to possess Francesca, it seems. If I'm being honest, after watching this a couple of times, I still don't really understand the relevance of these two people with the sofa, but, you know, it makes the plot a bit more interesting.
One, we build 2 Dybbuk boxes. 2, we put the Dybbuks into the boxes. 3, we burn the boxes.
Amazing plan. 10 out of 10. Oh, fucking hell, my ears. Jesus Christ. So Francesca has a little hallucination, and the granddad is having a heart attack, I think.
Rabbi. What is it, Rabbi? How can I help? Okay. I'll call for help.
Okay, this joke is silly, but it's pretty fucking good. This is what I meant by the embarrassing exit to the movie. This is literally where he stops being in the movie. Detective Gravy manages to find the dude from the beginning of the film who was going to operate on Frederico, and he openly admits to chopping his legs off while he's his murder suspect.
What were you doing there?
He asked me to cut his legs off.
Why?
I don't know why. I just thought the less I know, the better.
Bro, you're a lawyer's worst nightmare, bloody hell. And meanwhile, Detective Grape realizes that the sofa is alive based on some CCTV footage of Francesca's apartment that her stalker installed. And if I'm being real, if I saw this, my first thought wouldn't be it's alive. It would be, how did someone do this? Because I'd assume it was a magic trick or something. It's a little bit of a jump to assume that the sofa's sentient when literally no one in the movie has even speculated this, and this is the only evidence of it being alive. Very weird conclusion to jump to, but, you know, she figured it out, so, you know, good on her. Francesca tries to set the thing on fire, but she's a stupid idiot. Move it slightly to the right, or better yet, just light it and chuck it. You dumb bitch. Why does it look like an Enderman? Luckily, the cops show up and pretty much rescue her. But uh-oh, the woman's spirit possesses her. Oh, and Maxie's actually alive. Yay! So the end of the movie is kind of, to be honest, sequel bait. I would actually kind of love it if they made another one of these, but they probably won't. So Detective Gravy goes to Francesca's for a date while she's possessed, and she manages to transfer the sofa's consciousness into him. That neck break really wasn't necessary. She was already stabbed, dude. Well, that was a movie. Killer Sofa is a fun mess. I can't say that the movie is a good movie by any means, but a good bad movie? Hell yeah. I might just be saying this because I have a silly adoration for the sofa's stupid face, but I laughed a lot while watching this movie. Way more than I thought I would have. I know it's a movie about a killer sofa, but my expectations were low going in, so I was definitely pleasantly surprised. It was entertaining throughout. I was never bored when watching it. I absolutely love this film. Saying all that, I have to put this in So Bad It's Good. It has its flaws, sure, but it was entertaining throughout and I enjoyed myself when watching it, which is all I can ask of a movie called Killer Sofa. Rightio, so, if you disagree with me in my ranking for whatever reason, then you can let me know in the comments. And I would say if you have any other bad movies in mind you'd like for me to review, then let me know, but I've got so many recommendations that I feel like I'm gonna be watching a crap ton of movies for at least 6 months, so you can request something, but I don't know if I'm gonna get to it for a while. But in terms of socials, the link to my Twitter/X and Blue Sky accounts as well as my Letterboxd are in the description. And for generous people who would like to support me making these videos, my Ko-Fi and Patreon are also in the description. Which, speaking of, thank you to my amazing Patreons, Rob Slide and Fox. You're both awesome. Thank you so much for supporting me making these videos. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!